Hey YouTube, how's it going? What we have here is a beginning to be on the hot side as usual, warm late Thursday morning. I've actually managed to be reasonably productive today so far. I've already gotten my Minecraft video recorded, edited, and rendering. I should be uploading it soon. And then after that, I'm going to get out Orbiter 2010, and I'm going to record the first, well, I guess I'm going to call it Flying with TFC episode. In the last Beyond the Foil, in the comments, Ron and Mac 73 said something about wanting to see a trip to the moon, so that's what I'm going to do. I've made a couple or three, actually about 4 test flights, practice runs, and it turned out pretty good, so this ought to be reasonable. And I've also managed to edit the sound files and turn the volume down on the main engine thrust and so on, so that it isn't going to drown me out. Let's see, what else do I have to do today? I've got a bunch of writing I need to finish up. The deadline is tomorrow, so I'd really like to get it done today. And I don't know, I swear I'm missing something here, but I'll think of it eventually. Either that or something will come around and slam me in the face and remind me. Now, even though the problem I had turned out not to be a tick, I'm still really kind of leery of spending a whole lot of time out in the yard. So that's why I'm sitting here in the carport. And besides, there's shade here. There's no breeze to speak of, but there's shade. And hopefully I'm not backlit too much by the brightness back there. But we'll see. And I figure as weather cools off in the fall, I will be a lot more interested in being a little bit more out than I am right now. But you know how that goes. In the meantime, I know there was other things I was going to say, but for some reason I can't for the life of me think of that. Have you ever had that happen? You go to record a video, you sit down in front of the camera, and you start the thing going, and it's like your mind goes blank. You forget what you were going to be talking about, even though you were going over it in your mind, talking to yourself out loud about it even just a few minutes before. And you're sitting here looking at the camera lens, and all of a sudden you can't remember what it was. Well, that's where I'm at right now. So I'm going to stop this and pick it up a little bit later. Well, it's been a lot longer than I had intended since the last clip. I managed to get myself all wrapped up in Orbiter and lost all track of time and got absolutely almost nothing accomplished. Well, I take that back. I did get the Orbiter moon flight video made, and it's had to render several times because so far, each time it gets about 89%, and it would just hang, sometimes for hours on end. I have no idea what that's all about. And anyway, by the way, I did see Hearts on Fire's video response and his little challenge thing about getting things done. And while I do think that it is kind of on the unbalanced side, because my stuff that is undone is literally years out of date in some cases, in actually several cases, I'm going to go ahead and go with that. And I'm not prepared to actually show it right now because, well, I'm just not. It's just, I'm just thinking of this right now. So, anyway, where he showed a chair full of stuff, I could show, if I was prepared to do so, a queen-size bed full of stuff. And that's probably not all of it. And I'm not talking about everything. That's just stuff that needs to be put away. Then there's more stuff that still needs to be washed, and other stuff that just plain needs to be thrown away because it's not something I'm ever going to use. Or it's in condition where it should have been thrown away years ago. So, I'll have to update on that later on. In the meantime, I'm going to try to get some writing done. Something I should have done many hours ago. You know, I've come to the conclusion that as much as I enjoy messing around with the Orbiter simulator, I am going to have to require myself to not even so much as start the program until after I have achieved at least a certain amount of things that I really should be doing first. I say that because I let myself get distracted with that thing again. Oh, it was an interesting distraction. I found a spaceship model for the Discovery of 2001: A Space Odyssey. And having that, I just had to make the trip to Jupiter. And it was a frustrating adventure. It took several hours in real time, even at 100,000 times multiplied times acceleration. The actual voyage ended up taking something like, I think it was like 8 years and 3 months or something like that. And it was completely botched. I should have aborted the whole thing shortly after I started it because I didn't need to waste 3.5 hours or more playing around with that until 2 o'clock in the morning. And so here we are, early whatever it is, Friday, Saturday, I don't even know what day it is right now. Oh, it's hideous o'clock in the morning. I say that because I don't think 7 o'clock in the morning should come. I don't think 7 o'clock should happen twice a day. 7 o'clock in the evening is fine, but it should not happen in the morning. So, I'm going to drag myself out of this house and go and get myself some coffee. And a few odds and ends that I ran out of 3 days ago that I can now actually afford to go get. Isn't it lovely? Don't you love the end of the month? Meanwhile, I can't think of what else to say for some reason. I know there was something I was going to say. You see, I mentioned that one before. I knew there was something I was going to say. I had it all figured out. Turned the camera on and it just evaporated. Oh, man. Do I need to start making notes for something that's supposed to be kind of off the cuff and actually live? I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Anyway, that's it for the moment. So, it's been a busy morning so far. I am right now taking a much needed break because I've been busy working on catching up with some things. As I said earlier, I'm going to go ahead and take Hearts on Fire up on his little challenge there. And, well, let me put it this way. To express it in poker terminology, I will see your chair full of laundry, and I will raise you a bed full of laundry and 150 gallons of trash. This here, my trash can, 150 gallons capacity. Right now, it's empty. Let's see what I can do about that. frankly, I could do a lot more, but there isn't room for it, and I'm worn out. So I'm going to take a break and then start the first of at least 2 loads of laundry today. Well, I'm making some progress here. Got a load of laundry almost all the way done, and there's some other batch that's already hanging out on the line. And I'm getting ready to record some Minecraft. But in doing that, it occurred to me I needed to take my Benadryl. And you know something? Tell me something. Do you hate these little blister packs as much as I do? I can't stand these things. And what's really infuriating is I can't find this stuff just as a bottle of pills or something like that. It would be so much easier to deal with. These damn blister packs, I swear. I spend 10, 15 minutes opening these things sometimes because I just can't deal with them. I've tried cutting the packages up and whatnot, and all that does is have me end up destroying the pill. And instead of a pill, I get a couple of pieces, or maybe 6 or 8 pieces of some powder. You know, that's ridiculous. Finally. Well, that's one of them. I still have another one to open. So I'm going to get that opened up and get into Minecraft and see what I can get going on with that, because that's another one of those things that I consider a priority thing. I need to make it a priority to do something with Minecraft every day before I get into doing stuff like farting around with Orbiter. I figure I get some house cleanup done, and I get my Minecraft video taken care of, clips for this Beyond the Foil thing, and at least 2 or 3 writing assignments if I have any pending. And if I can manage to get all of that stuff done, then it doesn't matter if I spend 6 hours messing around with Orbiter and some hypothetical flight to Jupiter or Saturn or something. You know, it's all a matter of getting the priorities straight. And while it's theoretically easy to do that, because it's easy to sit here and say that, it's a whole nother matter to focus on what you gotta do and get the gotta do's done before you sit around and fart around with the thing that you really want to play with. And you know, sometimes it's not Orbiter that I really want to mess with. Sometimes it's just I want to get into Minecraft and get messing around with what I'm doing there because I've got this or that big build going and whatnot. And so it's all a matter of got to get these other things done first, because if I don't, I'll never get them done. Like that with the trash. You know, that big trash can, there's a lot of times when it comes time for trash day, which as I'm recording this is Saturday. Trash day is Monday morning is when they come to pick it up. And there's a lot of times on Monday morning that trash can is still sitting right up at the top of the driveway empty because I haven't done a thing about it. And given how much the trash service costs, I should have that thing full every week. Lord knows I've got enough trash in this house to fill it. Alright, I'm going to fight with this doggone thing here again and get it open and get busy with Minecraft. Well, I've been making some progress today. Not as much as I'd originally hoped, I think, but still not bad. This is the second load of wash that I've run today so far. And if I remember to actually bring it in on the line before it gets late and whatnot, it would be the third load being brought in off the line after it dries. So, how about that? Not only that, but I've also, just a little while ago, finished recording some Minecraft. And I gotta still edit that. And then I gotta start thinking about putting this together and getting it uploaded, hopefully before midnight. As long as YouTube is willing to not screw up on the uploads. They've been doing that a lot lately. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm off to the editor. So here we are. It's some currently unknown but hideously early hour in the morning, Sunday morning. See, I had hoped to get this video edited and rendered last night. But another reason I hate these blister packs. I keep dropping them. It's so hard to get the last things open. And it can get hard to hold on to them too sometimes. And anyway, I finally finished the editing on my Minecraft video. And then started it rendering. I went over to watch a video while I was waiting for it to render. And in doing that, I fell asleep while I was watching the video. The next thing I know, it's a few minutes ago. The Minecraft video finished rendering, so I'll get that uploaded in a little bit. But in falling asleep and not waking up until a few minutes ago, number one, I was in one of the worst possible positions to fall asleep, which means I ache in ways that make it hard to even stand up straight, let alone walk. And I also slept through the time that I should have taken this most infuriatingly packaged pill. Well, two of them actually. Which, well, let me see. Oh, God, 6:30. 6:30 should never happen twice in one day. If it's 6:30, then I should have taken two of these ugly things about 6-7 hours ago, and I can tell that I really should have because I'm starting to itch. That means I have to take two of these things, and I have to finally get them open, and then hope that they catch up with the itch before it starts to get really bad. So far, it's not so bad that I can't avoid scratching. But well, I got one open. So it also means that a load of laundry that I really should have brought inside last night, hung outside all night. I meant to bring it in a lot earlier because there's a distinct possibility of rain approaching, and if it gets rained on, it's going to have to hang there until it dries. Anyway, that's how my Sunday morning starts. Not always, but that's how it's starting today. And then, of course, once I get woke up enough to remember how, I dropped it again. Once I get woke up enough to remember how, I need to get all this video organized and edit this thing into the next Beyond the Foil. Once I remember what that is. Waking up is not fun. I'm fine once I'm awake, but the transition is a real problem. Anyway, I'm going to go hunt and see if I can find the pill I dropped. Well, between one thing and another, it's now 2:30 in the afternoon. My Minecraft video finally got uploaded. Took forever and all of that. And now I'm getting ready to take all of this footage, throw it into the editor, and see what I can make out of it. The big problem is I don't have any idea what to give it for a title. That's a problem I have a lot these days, is coming up with titles. Usually I don't have any clue until after all the editing is done. And then I come up with something that most of the time sounds kind of inane to me, but I end up using it anyway. This time I might just use untitled, just to be that way. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, comment, favorite, like, and all that good hairy stuff. Take it easy. We'll catch you in the next episode of Beyond the Foil. And who knows, maybe I might even be able to manage to get it done in less than 4,200 years. Take it easy. I'm out of here.